An internal link links to a page. Internal link links to a section of a page. Within the same page, when you tap on that part of the page, it links you direct to that section. So the external link links to another page. Let's take an example here. Let me use the browser here and we explore something. So we are going to see the difference between internal links and external links here. Let me add a new tab here. Then I'll maybe say NextSolutions.tech. Let me use that. So when you look at this website here, when I tap on Academy, maybe let me say on team, when I tap on team, it opens this section of the team, but when I scroll upwards, actually it didn't open any other page. It is within the same page. When I say team, it opens the team members, but still on the same on the same page. That is an internal link. But again, when I come and say maybe the team member, I tap on this first member. When I tap on this member, let's see what happens. It opens another page. So this page, it is not what we opened. When I scroll up and down, this is an external link. It links to another page. But the internal links link to a section of that page. Then, if we go back to our work, we are first going to have an external link, because an external link links to another page. But before linking to another page, we are supposed to have that page, the page we are linking to. Then we are supposed to create another page. Remember when we created this index.html and put this code, I said we've created a page. So what we are going to do, those who are using Android, we are going to create a new file here. We say new file. Then here we shall say maybe, let me say arcade.html. That is a new page. Then I'll say okay. So I have two pages, the index page and the arcade.html. Are we all right? Index.html, the one we had, and I also created arcade.html. Let me hope you guys saw how I created it. Let me also create another one. On the three dots, then new file, then maybe I say home.html. Remember it is a HTML file. Then I click OK. So I have three files, but you're supposed to have two files, the index file and any other file. Let me hope you guys are creating the files. Are we together, guys? Because I want to go to the next step. We're supposed to link these two pages together. Okay, if we are together, let's copy whatever is in the index page. Let's copy whatever is in the index page and paste it in our arcade.html file. Just paste it there. But now in this case, we are going to change the title, the content in the title. Maybe if it was academy, you type something else. Maybe let me call this home, and let me call this maybe homework like that. Then don't forget to save always. So this is just an advert. Let me close it. So I've saved my work. We have the index file and we also have the arcade file. These are the two files we are dealing with in this case. The index file has NextSoluTech Academy and the title is an academy. Then the arcade file has the title as home. Then the heading, that is H1, it is homework. Let me hope we are together. You guys should create these two pages because they are the two pages we are going to move on with until the last moment. Okay, I'm continuing. Then inside the index.html, in the body after the heading, we are going to put a link. And this link, we put it using, if you want a clickable link, the one that is active, an active link, the one you can click on, we use what we call the anchor tag. Anchor tag. And we said in programming, when I say anchor tag, of course, I will not write the whole word anchor tag. So in this case, for this tag, we use an A like that. Like that. So
Clinton,
that is, yes, please.
there are some messages there.
Okay. Somebody is sharing screen, which is okay. Yeah. So, very first, create another file, Mr. Lawrence. Create another file and call it arcade.html. Do it very fast, then copy all this content and put it in that file. Then you help change the background color, then change the title and also change the H1. Background color, title and H1. Teddy, which messages kugonza? Okay, the ones using the PC, kindly repeat for iPhone. Okay, I was not seeing all this. I'm really sorry, but you're all covered. So, kindly repeat for the ones having a PC. I've just joined. He has created the file the same way. Okay, after changing, we shall request you to first cut everything, delete the file, and then redo it for the rest, Mr. Lawrence. You also remove the image tag.
What is the H1?
Any heading, but not the one we've used. Can even put Lawrence. Okay, then remove that image, the whole tag. Okay, so you just cut all that text in that file. Cut all the text. Then you delete that file. So, can just use the delete, but okay. Now people who are using a PC, here we go. That is what we had last time. So what we are going to do, you close that, welcome. Yeah. So what we are going to do, the welcome, not index, the welcome. We are creating a new file. We come on that icon that says new file. You click on it. As we said, our files are HTML files. It is supposed to be a file name .html, but I wanted us to be uniform. That's why I'm saying arcade.html because it is a HTML file. Arcade.html, yeah. Then you enter. Then I said copy whatever is the other side and paste it this side. You can paste what you cut, Mr. Lawrence. But make sure you change the title. You also change the H1. I'm not talking to you, sir. I'm talking to the rest. Then you also change the what? Mr. Lawrence, you zoom your font. Then you also remove that window, that Google Meet window. Okay. You've over zoomed then. Just reduce the font a little bit, we continue. Okay. Those who are using PCs, you paste everything there. You change the H1, you also change the NextSoluTech Academy. You can also change the background color, but the rest I think no need. Because we want to see when you link to the other page what happens. We want to see the difference between the two pages. If you just leave them like that, we shall not see the difference if they have the same look and feel. That's why I'm encouraging him to change the title, because we need to see two new tabs, because we are starting with an external link. So let's go back to our index.html. Let me hope guys we are together. Then Sasha has left, but she was supposed to do this for the iPhone users. But again, last time she demonstrated how to create a file. Maybe that person who is asking for iPhone, you share screen, will guide you through. Yes, Winfred. Okay. The person who is using iPhone, you can share your screen, then we guide you. If you're fine, you can just tell us that it's okay, we continue. Okay, let's continue. Now, inside this Sarah,
Yes.
did you have something to say?
No, like about how we do it on iPhone. We have failed.
Pardon?
How to create another? You told us to create another folder for is it ACAD HTML?
It's a file, not a folder.
Okay, a file, but I've failed. I'm using iPhone.
You share your screen. Sarah, we're waiting for you. Mr. Ayo, you had something to say.
I was requesting like someone with an iPhone to do it, to share their screen. Okay, me have failed.
You failed to share screen. Okay, then let me get Mr. Vada, you get us Hasasha. Okay. For the case of if if you first have to create a new folder on your desktop, then you open that folder using VS Code, then you create that file. But to just make work easy, you can just copy that file from your Python folder and paste it into the new folder you create, then you open the other folder using VS Code, because now you may have conflicting work in your folder. It's better when you have different folders for different languages, in case you're not working on a single project for all the languages. No, you don't cut in VS Code. You open the folder where your Python is, then you also open the new folder where you're going to put your HTML file. Then cut that HTML file from the folder, not using VS Code, just from the folder itself, then paste it in this new folder. So let me hope you're sorted, Eve. Then Sarah. Let me first, because if you shared screen, it will be better. So, Madam Sasha, we want to create a second file, the same folder, using the editor. So may you share screen and do it for us, like the way we created, where we created our index.html, we added a card.html. That's what we want to do on our icon. You can unmute and share screen too.
Give me like 2 minutes. I had uninstalled the app. Okay, now good to go. Check. Creating a file inside another file, right?
No, files inside the same folder. No, you first create the index.html.
No, this is a
Inside the
folder.
Okay.
I'm not
Then
going to
you
create
just
a file.
then you start explaining as you do what you're doing.
So this is the first file, right? You said I create a file inside another file. I beg your pardon.
Just move one step backwards and create a second file.
Okay.
Just close the IDE. You open the editor again.
Sorry, this add shit.
Inside that folder, you just on the plus button and create another file.
Call it
So,
card.
Sarah, that's the way to go. A card.html.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Thank you.
But if the person has mastered the very first time of creating a file, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, thank you, Madam.
Okay.
So, Mr. Lawrence, let's continue. Okay, you can share our window, the VS Code window. So, as I told you, you had even closed the window. Okay. So, as I told you, when we are connecting any section of a page or another page using, oh, let's wait for someone to copy whatever was in the other file and paste in the second file. You just take off that window. Okay. So as someone is copying, let me be explaining. We use what we call an anchor tag. An anchor tag gives you two attributes. The first attribute is what we call the href. It links you to it is where you put the page you're linking to. Then we have where you put the actual word. For example, if you want someone to be clicking on the word home, there's a part where you put that word home and the word where you put the page you're linking to. Like when someone clicks on home, the page it opens. So after the paragraph, we shall put our anchor tag after the paragraph down there. Our anchor tag, okay, that's how the anchor tag looks like. It is, you open the tag, you write A, then you write href, then you put the equal sign, then the quotes, then you close the tag, you open another tag, a closing slash, then you close the tag. So we are waiting for people who are using phones. We don't want to go too fast because if we assume that all people are using PCs, other people will be left out. So we are waiting for you people to type that line number 9 on your devices. And what you have to master in your brain is that HTML uses double quotes while collecting a value of an attribute. Then the other feature, HTML is not case sensitive. Even if you write your characters in capital letters or someone writes in small letters, we find that all of us are achieving the same thing. Maybe let me say I'm typing the word body. I type capital B, small O, then capital D, then small y. Everything will be well. So HTML is not case sensitive. Let me hope that is clear. In any case, it can work. So that is what we have. Let me hope all of you have finished typing. So where we have href, I am having an issue. Share screen. Lawrence, charge your PC. Share screen. Someone who is having an issue. That is Eve. Share screen. So we are waiting for Eve to share screen. Eve, what's happening or what's not happening? Because now we can't see the issue, we can't resolve the issue without seeing the issue. I'm using a PC. and the folder reads index.set VS Code. The folder, the file. Let me first read your message. I'm using a PC and the folder reads index.html outside VS Code. In VS Code, it shows it's empty. Are you using your PC for the session or you're using a phone for the session? Madam Eve. I'm using a PC, then share screen. If you have issues with sharing screen, you can tell us. We also demonstrate right here how to share the screen on a PC. Just say a word, sorry, I'm using a phone for the class. Then how can we help you? Okay. Lawrence, minimize that VS Code window. So right now we are demonstrating how the whole process was within minutes. So the first thing is create a folder on the desktop. And hope you know how to create a folder. After creating a folder, after creating a folder, you drag your folder. No, don't create the folder, Lawrence. We already have a folder. Okay. Our folder, you drag the folder and drop it on the VS Code icon. So when you drop it there, VS Code will open it automatically. By default, it will be empty. It will be empty. I'm going to give you a shortcut, but you will be, because of time, but you will edit some things. I created the folder from VS Code itself. You just follow the procedure. Because you can also create a folder, but now inside VS Code, at first we wanted to only create files. So if are we at par with what Lawrence is doing? Okay, you've opened VS Code. Then you give us that side of the file, Mr. Lawrence, because I'm sure her VS Code doesn't look like that. No, not that. Don't remove the VS Code. No. You just use that your file explorer. Then you have something like that. Then you go on that first icon which says new file. There. Then you click on new file. So when you click on new file, it will give you a space like that. Then you'll type index.html. Not on new folder, on new file. Then you type index.html. Then you press enter. Are we together there? Not Uvada Pro. If yes, okay. So as if these people are seeing your screen and I can't see it. They're answering on your behalf. After naming the folder, it will already be open this side where we have index and a card. It will be open, right? Then I'm giving you a shortcut. Then you'll press Shift 1. You don't do anything, just press Shift 1. It will display that, how do they call it, exclamation mark. Is it there? It will have 1 and 3 exclamation marks. Is it what you're seeing? No. Chiberu. You create a new file there faster. A HTML file. And let me hope but I guess should continue with the class. No, we can't leave you behind. You're just one step behind where we've reached. So what we are going to do there, you press shift 1, shift 1, Lawrence, shift 1, shift and 1 at the same time. So you'll have that and the 3 icons. So the you're rushing. Okay, you remove everything, Lawrence. You press shift 1. So you select that first one. You just press enter. So when you press enter, it will write for you the code that we wrote with a few added features that of course we've not yet reached handling of those other features. So it will have for you the title as document. You just remove that title and put the title you want. Then inside the body tag, you also add a heading. So then we are going back to our file. We are going back to our file. We were in the index file. Okay, you put in the academy, no problem. Because I wanted it to be in the index file, but no problem. Okay, all of you typed this. Those people who have PCs, you just press A, then you press enter. Like the way Lawrence is going to do it again. Remove the link, then you just do it, Mr. Lawrence. You just press A, then enter. It will write for you all that. Then people who are using PC, like phones, you have to type the whole statement. So as I gave you enough time to type, we are just continuing. Inside the href, we are going to put the file we are linking to. In this case, for Lawrence, who put it in the academy file, the acad file, we are going to link to the index file. So he will type the index.html. So do it. Index.html. Then inside the tag, the two tags, he will put something. So he will be like go to home. He will type go to home. Go to home. So meaning where he is there, he's going to run that file. You people don't forget to save. No, don't use that extension, sir. Don't. Just do it manually. Drag the folder and drop it to a browser. And people who are using PCs, tomorrow we are installing some extensions. We don't want to be going back to the browser like this, because now these people who are using phones, they all have a play button. You choose the acad file, acad.html. Lawrence, you click on acad.html. So only that, the color, okay, no problem. We have NextSoluTech developers. Do you see the title up there? NextSoluTech Academy, it is what he typed. Then NextSoluTech developers, that is H1. Then the paragraph, welcome to the academy page. Then there is that link, go to home. Let me hope all of you are seeing that link. It is an external link, go to home. So what happens when Mr. Lawrence clicks on that go to home? Click on it, Lawrence. You see how even the pointer is going to change? Then he clicks on it. After clicking on it, it loads the other page, the one we called the index page. In this case, we are linking two pages. When you click on the other page, it links to another page. So here we have the academy. You see now the other one was NextSoluTech developers, and now this one is academy, the title, even the content in the page. If we want to go back, we shall use that navigation button that navigates backwards. Go back to the code, Lawrence. So that is the first link we've created. We are linking the academy page to the index page. Then let me hope you people we are together. If we are not together, say pardon on this, pardon on this. I don't want to leave people behind. Meaning that all of you guys are with me. So I'm continuing. So I want someone from this group using the same code, but you'll only change that file name index.html. In this case, it will be acad.html. Then the content go to home. Now it will be go to academy. I want someone, Android users. Okay, let me first handle Android. Little bit faster here. Okay, I'm already sharing my screen. So I was typing the anchor tag here, and I said it has attributes such as href. Inside the href, we are dealing with acad.html like that. Then in this case, we shall close this. Yeah. After closing, then inside these two quotes here, we put text and said go to home. Go to home. Yeah. Go to home. So inside this go to home, then we had to save. So let me try to run this. I have that link go to home. When I click on it, let me go back here. I created the first one. This is the index, and I put my link as href, the anchor tag href acad, of which my acad is the second file up here. Then I put go to home. So in the code of my acad inside here, now I've opened the acad. Our title is home and our h1 is homework. So when I come and run the index.html like that on the play button, why is it taking long? I have that NextSoluTech Academy with the link go to home. You may see white, but for me I didn't put the background color. When I click go to home, it opens homework. Let me hope you people are getting that. Android users, let me first come back this side. Android users, are we okay? You just tell me no, Kebs. Let me do it again. Initially, our code is like this. Let me hope Mr. Kebs, you also created the second file with me. Yeah. So we have two files, and assuming they are in the same location. Now we have that empty file. So I'm typing. I start by typing. Inside this file, I will type my anchor tag like this. Yeah, it will be the anchor tag. Then I'll put the href there. Inside the href, it's where I will write the name of the second file up there. If they are all in the same location, I'll say acad.html like that. So when I say acad.html, I'll come out of the quotes and then I'll close this tag. So when I close this tag, in the middle of the two tags, it's where I'll put the word I want to appear in the browser. I'll say go to home. I'll say go to home like that. Maybe I just say go home like that. Then I save. I can use this, or there's this icon somewhere here with a blue dot at the top. It is telling you you've not saved, but let me use this that people are seeing. Then I say save. So after saving this file, it will be like that, and I'll have to run it. I just click on that play button and run. So when I run, it is going to open something like that. You see I have a spelling error on the word home. That's why it is producing that, a typo error. So I just click on that word I've used, though it is in the wrong spelling. I just click on it. When I click, it opens the next page, the page I linked to. And that page only has the word homework. And that is the word in the acad, homework. come here, maybe I add a paragraph. Let me say a paragraph, paragraph like that. Then I say you have come home. You have come home. Then I save. When I save, it will mean that when I come back to my index and run the index page, it will display that. Then I say go home. It will tell me that homework, you have come home, because it is what I typed and saved. Are we together, Mr. Kebsman? Okay. Let me first stop sharing screen. Now, me, I'm still on Academy now. Let me first check this message. Me, I'm still on Academy now. On the set. Okay. Academy. Where do I start from? Let me hope Eve. Lawrence, we are waiting for you, because now Eve is using a PC. Okay. Lawrence is sharing our screen already. So, Eve, you have the index.html with some code in it, right?
Yes.
Then you just copy what is in the index file and put it in the arcade.html file, everything that is in the index. You're there?
Just
Just? So, you've copied everything and pasted it in the arcade file, eh? Assuming you've copied everything. So when you reach there, just change the title NextSoluTech Academy. Then change also the H1 if it is there. If you already put a paragraph, also change it. Then you put the href with the index.html. Then is also some content that will appear in the browser. We've already used 1 hour and some minutes of our time. So as I've told you, the reason as to why I'm taking some time on these two files, because we are going to use these files until the last moment. Even anyone who comes in to mentor will be using the same files. So we need to have our files at the same pace. So if is it working out? Okay, if somebody putting up a hand, please.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. I have a question. We are creating internal links, of which these links, okay, like it's like linking a page to another page, not so?
Yeah.
And and it's like a file. Okay, like linking a file to another file according to what I've seen here. So is it a must that these files are supposed to be put in the same folder, or it can also work when I'm using a different folder?
Okay, so in this case, if there are two different folders, then you have to put a path that takes you up to the other folder, of which when you're running it on a browser, it may take long to load something that is in a different folder. Maybe if you're using your machine, the first one is maybe on the desktop, maybe another one is in downloads. So for the browser to look for that file, it may take a longer time compared to files that are in the same folder. Let me hope it's clear. It's possible, yes, but it takes a longer time than files that belong to the same folder. Okay. Then, um, now I want someone just to instruct Mr. Lawrence on how to create a link, an external link from the index file to the arcade file. The file will be like go back, because Lawrence, remove this window, the Google Meet window. Someone will instruct Mr. Lawrence to create another link. And who is that willing someone? Anyone, you just tell him what to do. Within few minutes, you will have finished. Then we go to another thing. Okay. Lawrence, remember when you open another, yeah, Mugisha Alex Kits is going to guide you. So may you open the VS Code folder. Mr. Lawrence, I don't know what's happening. Do we have network challenges? Okay, Mr. Mugisha, the floor is yours. Mr. Mugisha, unmute. Yes. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mugisha. I don't know the challenge with Lawrence, but let me just do it here so that we continue, because we're supposed to handle something else here.
This is a network issue, but we can continue.
Okay, you also share as I finish sharing for Android users here also. Index.html, because it is the file I'm linking to, because I'm in the academy file. Then I'll say go back. Then after that, I'll save. Then now I'm going to first run the index file, and we have that. When I click on that link, it will take me to the homework page. Then I can say go back. When I say go back, it has to take me to the previous page. And that is simply navigation between two pages. The NextSoluTech page to the home page, like that. So we have that clear and covered. Okay. In this case, we are going to cover something else. As I told you, we are using these 2 pages to the end. So inside the Academy page, we are going to create what we call a form. And a form, it takes input from the user. Now, whatever you're seeing in this file, we were just adding the files, we were adding the codes, and it was taking input from you, the developer. Now, in this case, we want to pick data from the user, from any one person who is using the browser. Be it someone from USA is using your website, you want to pick data from that person. For example, you want to pick their username, you want to pick their passwords, you want to pick maybe they have to choose options, maybe you want to pick their image, you want them to, maybe you're registering someone and you want them to register date of birth, maybe time. It is like collecting data from the user. So it is what we are going to do. So this data collection is two-sided. You either just put a form where the user fills in the data, or you collect the data and send it to some destination. Those who registered using the link, um, that input form which was collecting your data was picking your data, submitting your data to the via WhatsApp. So in this case, we can't do all of them at the same time. What are we first going to do? We are going to create those forms, all the different forms we want, whatever kind of data we want to collect. And after collecting, remember, sometimes you find that these forms, they may go horizontal and we want them vertical. And them vertical, we use what we call CSS, and we can also use some escape. So this we're first going to do. We are going to create forms in this page, and I've clearly told you that a form is used to collect data from the user. So when we are creating these forms, they're supposed to be the input fields, to describe what type of data you're supposed to put inside the field, and maybe also have placeholders. Placeholder is just like that gray word in that input field, that when you type your letter, that gray word disappears. That's what we call a placeholder. We are also supposed to have a button that is submitting. What is submitting? The data in the form. So it is what we are going to do today. You people, we've started. Now we are doing work. So when you're creating a form, first of all, as I've told you, it is a form. It is supposed to be a form tag. In this case, we don't programming language. Let's change this. No, we write the word form, but as a tag. And as I told you, some tags have opening closing tags, others are just single tags. But the form tag is an opening and closing tag. But in HTML, we have many tags. As go shelf, cover all the tags. So that is the form tag. Remove that attribute, Mr. Yes. Remove the attribute. So all of you on your phones, you're supposed to type something like that. A form tag. That is what we call a form tag. So inside that form, we're supposed to have different fields. A field that collects the name from the user. By the way, a field that collects the email is different from the one that collects the name, is different from the one that collects date. It is different from the one that they're different. With some few, we shall not accept, Mr. Lawrence. Some few of them, they carry the same type of data. Why do I say they carry the same type of data? Some of them carry text, just plain text, and the ones that carry text, they work the same way as the ones that carry numbers. Others carry images. So you don't expect them to look alike. So let me hope all of you people have typed that tag, the form tag. just react. One here missing, but we have nothing to do. We have to continue. Inside the form tag, we are going to start with the most common inputs. The first input is for the name, and in this case, we use what we call the input tag. The input tag is a single tag. It only opens and it doesn't close. So this is how the input tag it is typed with its attributes. Mr. Lawrence. Only one input. It is like that. It has input and the type of data you're taking in. So when you input, type text like that, just the way it is typed. We are going to first save that. Later we shall run it after all of you have typed. It is a single tag, only opens, it doesn't closes. Let me hope you people have already seen that there. We are going to go step by step so that people understand what we are doing. Hoping people have typed. You save and run that. See how the input text looks like. So input for text. It is just any other field. You can put anything there. But now even when you type, we don't have anybody to submit that name to anyone. In that case, we are going to continue. Let me hope you have seen input text how it looks like. Maybe we want to add now something to tell the user what they are going to type inside there. Yes, Lawrence, the VS Code. So the next, before you even go to the next input, inside that tag of input, we've seen we've added an attribute type, meaning what type of data is it collecting, that text. Now we want it to have that gray text that is there, but when you type it disappears. It is what we call a placeholder. And a placeholder is also an attribute of the element input. So, Mr. Lawrence, add us the placeholder. So the placeholder can be enter your name or name, which is okay. So you type placeholder as one word, you put the equal sign, you open the quotes, then you write any text that you want to appear in that input field. But when you type, that text disappears. Let me hope you people are typing, noting. Yeah. So you can also run that. I hope you minimize the Chrome. You just don't need to drag the file again. Just refresh. So inside there, you can see something like enter your name because it is what we typed under the placeholder. And look what happens when he types inside that. So when he starts typing, it disappears and we only seeing the name Lawrence in this case. But when he erases everything, we still see our placeholder. So the importance of the placeholder in this case is to tell the user what specific item or what specific input is supposed to be put in that field. Let's go back to the code, Mr. Lawrence. So that is one input. It is only input for name. Now the next input, Mr. Lawrence, the next input, it is going to be input, then you type password. Now we want to see how the one that stores, the one that collects a name and the one that collects password looks like, the difference between the two. Then you put placeholder, also the placeholder you see, enter your password like that. It is input, that single tag, then you type password, then placeholder, equal sign, open double quotes, enter your password. Let me hope you guys don't have issues there. Okay, now we have two fields. He's going to enter the name and he's going to enter the password, and we are going to see how each field is acting. So enter your name, Lawrence, then enter your password. So you guys are seeing how the password is hiding. You see that? The password is hiding the characters, that is for the password field. Then the name field, it is showing the name. Those are two different fields. But now, we don't want them horizontal. We don't want them horizontal because a horizontal form may, because now if it is horizontal and you put it on a small device, maybe a small phone, it may not fit on that phone. So let's go back to our code. Now what we are going to use, it is the first escape tag. Then to separate these two, to make sure that after the first input, the next input goes to the next line, we use a tag we call break, and break is represented by a single tag that is called BR. So we don't write the whole word break, but we just write BR. It is a single tag, Mr. Lawrence. We only break once. Don't break the second time. Yeah. So after breaking, after just putting, you open the tag and put BR. So after that, we are going to see how our web page looks like. Then after refreshing, we can see that it moved to the next line. So the more breaks you put, the more it goes down. So if we add another break, you will see to put a space between enter your name and enter your password. If you put very many breaks, then one input field will be up and another one will be down. So it depends on how you want to space your work. In this case, for Lawrence's work, he has added another break. That's why we have them spaced like that. Are we together, guys? I don't want to move so fast. Kebs is okay. Teddy is okay. Yeah. So those are two input fields. Also Nixon, yeah, Vada, even Eve, yeah. Let me hope the rest, the Ayo, the Mugisha, the Peace, are all okay. So, yeah. So may we go back to our VS Code, sir? Even Faith is okay. So inside here, we have two fields. Now we want to see which field do we use to maybe upload something, because when you go in on a website and there's an upload icon, maybe choose file, you just click on choose file and it opens your what? Your files of the system. So that's the tag we are going to use right now. So these tags only differ by the type. you see that enter your password. If we come and say input type, instead of password we put text, it will, the placeholder will be enter your password, but you'll enter your password, but we shall be seeing the password. When you put the input type as password, it hides the characters. When you put text, it doesn't hide the characters. So Mr. Lawrence, you double break there, then we go to the next input. Yeah, you just double break. Then, no, not that. So the next input here, we are going to have our input as file. So when you say input and you type file, input, then you say type file, remove the remaining attributes. We don't need them for now. When you say input type and you just say file like that, then you save and run it in a browser. You'll see what happens. Those guys who are a little bit fast, you're already seeing the results. So you have that, and when you click on choose file, it opens the system, your PC, be it your phone. So all of you are experiencing that. So that is the input they use, the input you see on websites. Maybe you're registering to upload your image, maybe to use attachments, only that sometimes they don't use the one that writes text. We shall see how to replace it with that clip with time. So that's what we have with that form. So far what we've created, you can enter your name, you can enter your password, you can upload your image. So when you choose file, it will, before you choose any file, it will say no file chosen. But when you choose a file, it will put the file there. Maybe, let me say NextSoluTech.png, it will be there already chosen. Then go back to the code, sir. So that is input for a file. Then the next input, we may not arrange them, but in your free time, you will arrange the input. You double break, Mr. Lawrence, as I explained this. You will put the inputs that match the needs of your form. If you only want to collect the username and password, you collect that. If you only want to collect maybe, like for now, we are going to put input. Maybe you need to collect multiple inputs. You will use any you want. So it is going to be input and type. We shall say date. Input, type, date. So it is only playing with the type. So when you put input date, then you run it and see. You save, and it is all about playing with the different input types. That's why I said the only difference. You see that. So you click on that calendar, you see what happens when you click on it. So when you click on it, it loads you a full calendar of the month you're in. It is always up to date. You can change. You see that, guys? With only playing with the type, you can see the beauty of web development. So now the other side, we are just doing some little structuring, but now we are doing real structuring. Then you can go back to our code. When you choose the date, it will update automatically. So that is input time, date. You can just, within your head, you just play around with the data types. We have, you can even say input, maybe you say time, input type, time. You double break. Then you say input type, time. We see what happens. What you have to know, the phones, the PCs are yours. You can play around with everything. So when we say input and we say type, input, then type, you say time, you also save and run it in a browser and see what it brings. Just a type changes everything. Then when you click on clock, it will give you an opportunity to set the time. You see that? can set AM, you can just playing around with the types of inputs. So with that form, someone can register all that data. Someone can enter all that data in a system. You see, you can play around with everything. Mhm. Let's continue with our code. So after validating that data, we can do what? We can submit. There are so many different types of data we can pick from the users, but you double break, then we can submit this data. So you can just say input type, submit, then value, input type, submit, then you put the value. Why are we putting the value? If you don't put the value, it will not show the word. Maybe the word submit, maybe the word value. You can put any word. You can say maybe click me, upload, or something like that. Then you save. It is input type, submit, then value, upload. Then you can run it. Here we are using another attribute called value. Then people are leaving. I don't know why. After refreshing, we have a button down there. And that button, it is clickable. When you click on it, what happens? Right now, we don't have any back-end logic that is handling what this button does. Let's go back to the code. So where we are there, we've done data collection from the user in a browser. So what are we gonna do? When you look at these forms they use on websites, in most cases they are in the center of the what? Of the web page. But ours is aside. Some people put it aside, but they have content to add in the sides. But for us, we've not yet reached that level of subdividing a page. For now, what we are going to do, we are going to place all that content in the middle of the page. Don't mind of the number of inputs you've typed, but what you're supposed to know, there are very many. We've even left out others. So what we are going to do right now, we are going to put all that text in the center of the page, just using HTML without using any styling. So to put everything in the center, there's what we call a center tag. Center tag, as its name, center tag, it centers whatever is inside this tag in the middle of the web page. So what do we want to be in the center tag? Do we want the heading to also be in the center tag? If yes, meaning we should include the heading in the center tag so that we should achieve it being in the center of the page. So a center tag is a double tag. It opens and closes in this case. If you want everything from the heading NextSoluTech developers to be in the middle of the page, your center tag should open before that H1 tag. So in this case, we are going to put everything in the center. And it is what we are doing. Here, you people should be keen, very keen, because we are going to do some, yeah, that is the center tag. Now, in this case, this is why I'm saying we should be keen. Don't. Why should we be keen? This center tag is opening and closing, meaning it doesn't have any content in it. And the content we want inside it is outside it, meaning we should get all this content and put it inside that tag. Either way, you can cut everything there and put it in the middle of the two tags, or you remove that closing tag and close it at the end of all this data. And it is what we are going to do. Let me hope you guys we are together. We are removing that closing tag. Lawrence, remove only the closing tag. When we remove this tag, we move down up to where our content stops. In this case, it stops at the closing form tag. Then we close our center tag from there, meaning everything within that tag will be in the center of the page. In the center of the page. When we refresh, we shall have everything in the center like that. But again, you see that some input fields look large, others look small. We shall see that when it comes to CSS. But for now, that is our structure of the data validation form. We shall even see how to change the button colors, how to change, we shall modify everything. So with that form, it is in the middle, and you can even navigate back to the other page. You first navigate back, we see our link, the external link. You can navigate back, and you can even, oh, you didn't link it to the other page. Okay, just navigate backwards, just navigate. Then that is our form. In this form, you can fill in everything. Then after filling in everything, we shall later see how this form, without any back-end logic, how this form can submit. Of course, if you wanted to submit via WhatsApp, maybe somebody uses a website to send you something via WhatsApp. Maybe somebody, it redirects direct to email. Any source you wanted to provide you this data from the website. We shall see that. Then that is validation. That is collecting of data. So we shall see how to shape everything. That's why I said we should have these two files. When we move to CSS, we shall not create another form. We shall just come to this real form we already have and implement all the changes and have it to the standards that we need, the standards that are expected from web developers, because this is a form from beginners. Then let's go back to VS Code. The last item we have for today is tables, because we shall see how to have tables that are editable, how you can add data to tables on a website, how tables can update automatically. Like sometimes you find websites that update their data in tables. Of course, tables, it can be an Excel sheet. It can be just a table you create and modify. You make the headings look the way you want. You can have a background in your table, such kind of work. So how do we achieve this? Since we want our everything to be in the center, so I think let's do this in the index.html file. We should not over congest this file because we still have a lot to add in this file. So remove that image because we need more space. So inside here, you first accept that link, okay? Then you enter. Then inside here, we want to create tables. And first of all, what does a table have? A table, it should have a heading. And a table has rows. A table has columns. A table has data. You get that? And if we don't have the data, what does it mean? We should make a table that has headings. It has, of course, that first row and that first column that contains the table headings. So when we are creating a table, and we know a table is used to display data, a table can load data from the database, a table can load data from the user, a table can load data from any sources, but a table can even be used to collect data, by the way. So we are going to create our table. We shall be creating all these features together. Then time will come when we shall have to make them fully functional. If it is a table, is it picking data from a database? When you run it in a browser and you've added something to a database, that does it display what is in the database? That's what we are going to see later. But for now, we have to create these features. So here we go. We are going to create a table, and its main tag is called the table tag, and it is a double tag. It opens and closes. So that's how it looks like. That is to show that now we are going to create a table. Are we okay? We are left with 20 minutes of our time. Don't know whether we shall finish. So inside the table, we said we have rows, we have columns, we have even data, we have headings. So inside there, we shall enter the tags. Lawrence, hit enter. Then inside here, we are going to have remove your data. We are going to have a table row, and in a row we have a heading. For us, we shall not have data, meaning that at first we are only going to make table rows. So inside the two, you just make a table row, enter, and inside the table row, since we don't have any other data, we are going to have inside there we are going to have table headings, assuming we are taking in data from a student. Just do a backspace, it will go off. Just do a backspace, then hit enter. For you, just hit enter. Then inside there, Florence, are you still on? Okay, let's continue. Let's go back.
Can you
It's
say
just a,
the screen?
yeah, I think it is just a network challenge. Let's continue. So you just hit enter there, exactly there. Then you put the headings that we need. What type of data are we going to display? We may be displaying maybe student name, registration number, and maybe the email. Student name, you first remove the rest. So that first element, it is TH. That's what we call table heading. As we said, each table has rows, that is TR, a table row, and each row has a heading. So if you just put data without headings, it will be very hard for anyone using your website to know the data you're displaying. Maybe you just display 10,000, 1, 2, maybe 5, 7, maybe SC. So it will be hard for someone to know, is this money? These just numbers. So, but if you come and say student name, somebody will not be like, is it an abbreviation? Is it characters? If it is SC, somebody will be like, oh, SC is also a name, surprisingly, but the heading is saying it's a student name. Then, after student name, we are going to have another attribute, another element as a heading. So, you just leave it as course enrolled. So, you'll have student name, maybe Lawrence, course enrolled, maybe web development. Then maybe, let me say, the fees will be free, like that. Then the next heading will be fees. Fees. So when you have those three, it means you already have a table that has a row that has three headings. The first one was a table, then the next element is a table row, then the sub element is a table heading. So let's run this and see how it looks like. Just use the link. Then do you see that? For now, it doesn't have borders. It can't show that this is a border for this table, but we shall also see how to add the different borders. So that is already a table, only that you didn't double break. Maybe you can double break. Yeah. So if we want to see that it is a table, we are going to come after that table row, the closing table row. We add another table row. We want to see how the data is going to be aligned together with the what? With our headings. Then inside that, you enter. You say TD, which means table data. TD is an element to represent. Then student name, you say Lawrence. 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 Then another table data there. Just erase that fee. You just make it free. Just make it free. Then you do the same for another student down here. After that table row, another table row, you just tab, because now Sarah is also here. You just accept, enter. Just accept because we have limited time. Then after saving, of course, you're going to give us the whole of that code in the group for people to use it and continue practicing. Then after that, what you're going to do, you run it. We want to see the result, because now the other side it just looked like plain text. We didn't see anything like a table, but now you can see that course enrolled is web development and Sarah data science. Then the fees, they are all free courses. Are we together? We shall see how to add the black borders. Yeah. So we first had table headings, and you see they are bold. Then we also had table data, which is not bold. The data is different from the headings. Let me hope it's working out that side. So if you have challenges and you think your challenge may take a lot of time, maybe because we are going to share that code, we are going to share the whole code, both files in the what? In the group. Then this would take more time. We want to have a background image. We had background color, now we want to have a background image. You people have come across many websites that have an image in their background. Now the time we can't go, because now they are very different procedures. The ones of the PC, the ones of the phone, the ones of iPhone. And if I try to check Madame Joan, responsible for the iPhone users, she's even not here.
I think we postpone that for the next session.
Okay. If we are to postpone, then let's add on something else. We skip that. That was the last item. You guys, are you exhausted, by the way? Maybe adding on more work. Get guys are already tired. And being tired is a right. And it is unstoppable. If you guys are tired, you just feel free. Okay. You guys are still strong. Yeah. So, since all you guys are still strong, then there are some tags. There are some tags we use to make our websites look good, though they don't show their impact without CSS. And when we start CSS, we shall use them. We have what we call the div tag, we have what we call the nav tag, we have the section. So the div tag, it is for a division. The nav tag is for that navigation bar up there. And for the navigation bar, I think let's do the navigation bar. And we know the navigation bar can be at the top of the page, it can be at the bottom, it can be at the side, depending on the way you style it. So before we even start on the navigation bar, whatever is in the navigation, the words are there: home, about. They help us access different parts, different pages of a website. So you may find words at the top there like home, about, contact us, very many words. So when you click on that word, it either, like how I started by showing you, it is either a word for an internal link or a word for an external link. So let's take a look at what Lawrence is showing us. So a navigation bar, as his PC is loading, a navigation bar, it has navigation items. When it has home and you click on home, it brings something. It shows you what is set for you to see in home. Meaning whatever we have in a navigation bar, it is a link. Are we together? It is a link. If it is a link, I'm just briefing you on what we are going to do. If it is a link, we are going to use anchor tags. So meaning the word we put, maybe the word we used, it was like, what was it like? Go to home, go back. Those words, you can just change it to home to make it a navigation. But now the difference between the two, this link just in any part of the page and the navigation link, the navigation bar, sorry. The navigation bar, once you just land on a page like this, you see the navigation bar. Why? It has to help you navigate through the website. But now this link can be anywhere. In the middle, it can be a download link at some point. So that is the only difference. So for some web pages or websites, they are at the top, others you find it at the sides, others you find it at the bottom, others you scroll it disappears, next time you scroll it doesn't disappear. Let's use this, I think. Lawrence, we are waiting for you. You just load us any web. Lawrence. Okay. Where is your navigation, sir? Okay, that would work for us. Okay, let's use this for NextSoluTech. When you look at this website, do you see where we have home, academy, team, contact, and where we have NextSoluTech and the logo at the top? The whole of that part that is dark blue, let me call it dark or navy blue, it's what we call a navigation bar. You see, when you just land on the page, even before scrolling anything, it is already showing you that we have a team, we have an academy, we have the home and everything. Meaning when you maybe click on any navigation, the way it is working, when you click on it, it is displaying a given section. When it displays it, meaning it is a link. So when you come on contacts, you can see our social medias. When you come on team, you can see the team behind the scenes of NextSoluTech. When you click on academy, the academy also has a different website. So in this case, you just see some information about the academy. Then when you click on home, go to home. Let me start from home. Home, we just clicked on the word home, meaning it is a link which is created using an anchor tag. It is just styled so that we don't see the underline and we only change the color to white. But if somebody looks at it when you have not yet attended any of our sessions, you may think it is some big deal, but it is only an anchor tag. You only style it with one line of code to make sure it turns to white and it also loses the what? The underline. I need home, Mr. Lawrence. So, do you see where we have meet the team? And also, let me first. Excuse me for a minute. I'll be switching back. continue. Let me hope you guys are getting me. Are you guys getting me? Okay. So whatever we have, okay, whatever we have inside that website, on that hero, that main page you see at first, we call it the main section, we call it the hero section. Now on this section, whatever you're seeing there as meet the academy, join our academy, those are buttons, but they are just made using anchor tags. They are buttons, but they link to something. So you either use the anchor tag or you use the button with some other attributes. But these are anchor tags. So these anchor tags, they are not a navigation bar. Why? They are just anywhere in the page. Even if you scroll down, you can find others. Even when you say meet the team, you click on meet the team, Mr. Lawrence. On the team, yeah, team in the navigation. Okay, there. When you look at maybe Hasasha Joan, database admin, it is underlined, meaning it is everything there, the image, the names, and database admin, everything there, it is within the anchor tag. So this is different that the anchor tag, just a link, can be anywhere. Let's get back to the main website. That the any link can be anywhere, but again, links to be used in the navigation bar there at the top or the side, but they are supposed to be at first sight when you land on a website or a web page. Why is it called the navigation bar? It helps you navigate through a website. So once you land on a page, you don't know where academy is, you don't know where team is, you don't know where contact is, you don't know where home is. You just click on it. It helps you without first scrolling. What if a website is very long? So you just click on the navigation item, it helps you navigate through the pages. So that is just some information about the navigation bar. So when we meet again, that is possibly Wednesday. If I don't come, somebody else will continue. But if all goes well and we meet, we shall continue with the navigation bar. See you next time when we meet. So, hey Lawrence, you share that code in the group immediately before people go to sleep. Some people had errors and they need to, yeah.